What does Beyond Athletics do? Our mission is to offer programs and resources that foster personal and professional growth, promote mental health awareness and wellness, violence prevention and reduction awareness, community engagement, and create a lifelong impact for youth, particularly in underserved and undervalued communities. Surrounded by certified teachers, tutors, skill set trainers, and mentors throughout various communities in the Chicagoland area, we are committed to enhancing each student academics, basketball IQ, character, mental health awareness, self-esteem, all while creating a long-lasting experience. Empowerment qualities such as being punctual, leadership, friendships, resilience, teamwork environments, maximizing potential off the court and out of the classrooms, understanding positive ways of navigating through life, and so much more will be applied in every encounter we share with our youth and young adults. Through personal assessments and close, intimate sessions, our kids transition to be the best version of themselves. I'm LaRon Wade, the founder and president of Beyond Athletics. When I created Beyond Athletics, I personally just thought about what would be needed and what did I need actually growing up. I was working with an organization and a foundation. They asked me what did I need to be able to make my program excel. Since I was a beginner, I only asked for $2,000, in which that would cover some funding for unique experiences and student bonding. It would provide uniforms for our travel ball teams and our sports clubs. And it would also give us an opportunity to be able to help and enhance others who are needing certain things that the average kid, they're not being provided from a household. On April 18th, they presented me with a check for $3,200. It actually was $1,200 more than what I expected. So that gave us more opportunity. That gave us more time to be able to interact with our student athletes, given that we wasn't receiving a lot of funding. She was just truly a blessing from God, and I've never had the opportunity to meet her. So it was just like, they gave me this check from her, and which I personally still have. I actually kept it because it was something that's so sentimental to me, because that check helped me understand my purpose in life. It's just something that's just truly amazing.
My name is Charles Dent. I serve as the Vice President of Student and Athlete Development for Beyond Athletics Chicago. One of the things that I do is I connect with youth very well throughout our low-income and poverty-driven neighborhoods. For the last 10+ years, I've served in many environments that have been youth-based, and I'm putting all of my knowledge and my experiences together in my role with Beyond Athletics Chicago. I think it's very important to connect with kids in the best way possible, because in our environments today, they don't really have a lot of people that they can talk to on a regular basis. They don't have friends. Sometimes they may not even have family. So for them to be able to connect with us is huge. Sometimes it can be difficult to open up to us right away, but once they get comfortable with us, once we continue to build trust amongst everyone, including also their families and parents, and that's where the trust comes in. We do a good job overall just building positive relationships with these kids to a point where they look at us as family members and people that they can just talk to, reach out to anytime throughout the day.
My name is Devonna Gates, and my role with BAC is Chief of Staff, and I oversee, direct, and manage operations, staff activities, and policy development. First, I think LaRon and Coach Charles did a phenomenal job building this organization. They went from a handful of kids to over 1,000 kids that they have impacted, so that's a great result of what they have done. The results is ensuring them that we too can achieve this through whatever, whether it's through BAC's basketball program, educational program, recreation activities, through community engagement, etc.
My name is Antonio Osborn, and I am currently the Director of Data Analytics for Beyond Athletics Chicago. Professionally, I work in business intelligence and data engineering, and so a lot of times what I'm going to be doing for this organization is taking all of the various sources of data that we have, whether it's coming from the city, the county, the state, even on the federal level, and using that to tell a really compelling story and help drive some of the results that we hope to achieve from a quantitative perspective. It's no secret that crime is a hot topic in the city of Chicago. Rather than just make conjecture on where's safe, what's dangerous, we actually use data to pinpoint where exactly we need to be. For example, We have analysis on proximity crime. We're able to see exactly what students live in some of the worst parts of the city so that we can direct some of the attention that we need right where we feel like it's going to be most valuable. But one of the things that I like to do even personally to step away from the data and make it more real, if I see that there's a certain issue or a certain neighborhood, I want to go visit it. I've already started to visit all 77 of the community areas in the city, and so far I've been to about 55 of them. Every community area in the city has its own unique obstacles. So we like to go in and see what exactly does this neighborhood need, and even further, what does this student need to be successful in this neighborhood? Because certain neighborhoods are going to have different types of crime. Things are going to happen different times of the day. Being able to understand the complexity of all of those different things allows us to go and say, okay, well, maybe we need this type of programming for North Lawndale, but then for East Garfield Park, we need something that's a little bit different. And so digging into the data allows us to really customize some of the things that we're working on.
My name is Chardonnay Henry, and I am the Director of Autism Awareness. Pretty much it is bringing in those resources for the families that have individuals diagnosed with autism in our community, because there's not a lot of education on that. Resources for therapies, there's ABA therapy, there's speech therapy, there's occupational therapy, physical therapy, developmental therapy. It just depends on the age to see what they are actually looking for. So it's personal to each family. It's not one set program. Every person that you meet diagnosed with autism is different. No one is the same. Like, some families might be discouraged because of the diagnosis, like, oh, my child will never do these things. Every person is different. You can't base your development off of someone else's. You just have to put in the time and the work and be patient and see, even if it's a little progress, but there is progress to be made. There's hope. There's other families that are going through the same thing that they're going through. It's just being aware that those resources are available, those families are there, those support groups are there. It's a whole community.
When I created Beyond Athletics, the pillars, we started off with mental health awareness.
Mental health awareness is very huge. It's starting to become more prevalent throughout the world, and I think it's very important that we continue to include mental health awareness in everything that we do, because our kids need help, and we're doing a good job with that. It's just more so just to continue to build relationships with them.
We created like a QR code, like a system to check in with the kids when they come to the gym, when they leave the gym, to see where they are mentally, because that's important. We need to know, especially now, there's a lot going on. A lot of people have lost family members, friends. It's not just about the service that we're offering. We need them to know that we are a family. We care about how you're feeling and how can we help you. That's important to know. Like, how are you feeling and how can we help? What can we do to help?
Personal development, we like to build up the mind, the body, and the spirit. We want kids to be stable in all areas and aspects of life, not just sports or not just academic sets. We want them to be stable and understanding that they feel safe and comfortable to walk in their neighborhoods, to walk to the corner store. We can teach you about all these concepts of violence prevention and all these other different kind of things, but the intervention part is very huge, because it's not, how are you gonna go and cope after the fact? Like, we wanna be able to build you up so you know how to be able to navigate yourself on a day-to-day basis when you're not in the environments with us.
We think that giving the students a voice is one of the most impactful things that we can do, because we wouldn't be here without them. So by giving them an opportunity to submit their thoughts, their questions, their ideas, things that they wanna do, things that they wanna achieve, accomplish, we're able to take that information directly from the students and build programming that caters to exactly what they want to see and what they need.
College obviously isn't for everyone, but if that's something that they're into, we want to support them as much as possible. So taking them to different colleges so that they can experience a campus, talk to other kids that are actively enrolled in class to see what is your experience. What are your thoughts, like any advice, do's, don'ts, whatever. And then just having them go to different places as a group. I don't know, Dave & Buster's, something fun where they can just get out of their environment and do something different, and pretty much gain those like social skills and, connect with each other in a different environment, a different setting, with the peers as well as like us, the adults that are with them.
And lastly is community engagement. So not only do we want our kids to come back, but we want our kids to give back. In order to give back, you can't be what you can't see. So by our kids seeing positive influencers, leaders, educators, doctors, plumbers, electricians, whatever it is that a kid can be able to find interest in, it's great for us. Because Music is My Therapy is a program that's for youth and young adults the youth, in which they would have to maintain over a 3-point GPA and an 87% attendance rate in class in order to be able to participate in Music is My Therapy. But Music is My Therapy, more importantly, is Beyond Athletics donating a safe haven to kids that are interested in musical arts. We're taking kids literally off the streets, putting them in a studio. They're involved, they're intact. For the young adults, they have to do 5 to 7 hours of community service every week in order to have access to Music is My Therapy. It's important for us to just continuously just create more specialty programs, in which we have created a fund in our Beyond Athletics Booster Club that specialize in specialty programming. The partnerships that we have currently been able to obtain and be a part of at Beyond Athletics have been completely mind-blowing. I started this with 10 kids, Coach Charles and I, which have transitioned to over 1,000 plus kids impacted, in which our goal is 2,000 by the end of 2021, in which I think we're definitely on track to be able to exceed. One of my favorite memories during this 1 year and 5-month journey of having this charitable, educational 501c3 nonprofit was winning the NBA Voices Champion Award. That's awarded by NBA Cares on NBA.com. Obtaining that recognition on a national platform motivated our team in a tremendous way. It's so meaningful because it was only 5 organizations selected in the country, and BAC was one. We reached a national platform that some others who were selected are multi-million-dollar organizations, while us at Beyond Athletics didn't receive any major grants or funding prior to.
There are so many really intelligent, beautiful, creative spirits out here on the west side and south side of Chicago in particular that a lot of people just don't give a chance to. To see that organizations like the NBA, for example, can come in and really show that we want to understand and realize the potential and give an opportunity to some of these students, adults even, some of these neighborhoods that a lot of the city, country, maybe world has even completely wrote off.
Our organization was also able to receive the Chicago Police Department Community Assist Award. That's also a huge award for our organization. We've been able to build relationships with the Chicago Police Department, being able to help different policemen, sergeants, and captains throughout the Chicagoland area. We've been able to put them in situations that they probably don't even experience.
Partnering with CPS and CPD, get everyone involved in the community, because we can't just do it on our own. We need those that are out there every day. CPD are in our communities every day. We need to understand how they're thinking from their perspective. Well, this is why CPD reacts to situations this way. Well, this is why the youth of this city reacts to situations this way. So I think those partnerships are definitely needed, and they're vital to the success of this organization.
It's a really great experience, well, me growing up and seeing like the resources and the opportunities that I had, and that we're offering these opportunities to the same kids in the neighborhood. And especially now, like the fact that we're able to be present and offer these services to the kids, it's needed. We can't save everyone, but the kids that we are impacting, that is like very fulfilling and very rewarding. The time that we've put into it, the sleep that we've lost, like everything is worth it.
Bigger than anything else, like I could talk about data all day, but the most rewarding part of being a part of this organization for me has been to bridge that gap that I've always had between working in a corporate environment and living in certain neighborhoods and growing up a certain way, to actually be able to connect with some of these kids that have it really, really tough out here. And so that's what it really means to me.
It's fortunate enough to actually receive our first major grant, federal, state grant and funding this year in 2021, in which we received over $120,000 for specific deliverables in an actual grant. It was just amazing to know that like we only been doing this for like a year and a half, and we've received 2 major grants from $1 billion and $1 million organization. And it's just like, how? I've never met none of these people. They just had, hey, what's going on? We like what you're doing, and we would like to do this for you guys, as long as it's under the standard 501c3 guidelines. And it's like, okay.
What is it next? I think it's a lot to come. Again, we only in the first year and a half, so this is literally only the beginning. So what's next is basically a youth center, relocating in several different cities. And like I plan on going to Houston, so Beyond Athletics Houston. So I think What's next is just unexplainable because it's still the beginning, so it's a lot to come.
I think what's next for Beyond Athletic Chicago is having our own facility. I've worked, 2 full-time jobs and also 3 part-time jobs to pay for, gym rentals, facility rentals, to make sure that our kids were in-house and had the opportunity to be involved in programs that, Beyond Athletic Chicago organized. It's been a part of the process. It's very cool and very unique to see where we are at now. But at the same time, we want to continue to grow. It would be great for us to have our own facility to be able to run these programs out of.
Having supporters like the 15th District Police Department, City of Refuge Chicago, NBA Cares, CPS schools, private schools, CBS Channel 2 News Chicago, Chicago Park District, and a Rising Sun Church all serve as great inspiration for us as well. We are thankful to learn and grow with them all. Together we can.
We are
Beyond Athletics.
Beyond Athletics.
Beyond athletics.
Beyond Athletics.
We are Beyond Athletics.